Crypto is headed to 20 trillion market cap at some point in the next 1 or 2 decades. I know that's a bit of a time period there, friends, but right now, crypto is around 2 trillion. It's exactly 2.2 right now. Where would 20 trillion put us, friends? It is all the way up here. Now, realistically, hitting around this fib, around 7, 8, 9, 10 trillion is big. And of course, it's going to invite more poopy heads who want to squash the crypto industry. But this total industry, friends, it is growing. The growth rate is enormous. The growth rate will slow down. So altcoins and Bitcoin, they're around 45% if you do the average of their growth rate for the past 5 years, 45% per year. And it's gonna eventually head down towards the stock market level of around 10% per year. But along the way, it doesn't go from 55% down to 10% overnight. It takes a couple of cycles of growth to get there. Whee! So we're hoping that we get this. And what I'm going to do now is play for you some nice Pikachu music, friends. And you can infer the bullishness of the crypto industry by how often the corrupt SEC tries to attack us. The reason why crypto is targeted by the corrupt SEC is because the evil US banks want their tentacles in. Crypto is 2 trillion today and will grow to 20 trillion. This is Ash with baby Pikachu. It's very nice and cute. So yeah, friends, you got to understand that you're looking at global liquidity and interest rates and everything. The crypto industry, they want a piece of the pie. That's it. You know, friends, if you look at the adoption of crypto, almost half of it is just stablecoins. I'm not even joking. Half of crypto use case is stablecoins. People wanting to use stablecoins for payments or just storing US dollars. So, I know crypto people don't like talking about this part, but no mainstream influencer talks about this, friends, but it's actually true. Most of the world, a big part of why they use crypto is to store US dollars and save them. It's actually true. And why they use crypto, it's because there are many countries that don't even have proper access to the US dollar all the time. But even if they did, crypto lets you have self-custody of the US dollar. So Tron network, maybe not Ethereum is possible, but it's expensive. But any other chain out there, that's what they want access to, right? They want to store their money in basically a digital bank. That's what they actually want. And a lot of the Bitcoin maxis, you want them to store it in Bitcoin, but most people are choosing the US dollar. Now, it doesn't mean it's over for crypto. We have a lot of ground to make up for, but it's because really the US dollar is 85% of the world dominance right now. So it's not anything to be concerned about. And so the corrupt SEC, friends, is going to keep attacking us. Why? Because the entire GDP of China is 18 trillion. Okay, so here you are. China's 18 trillion, man. And USA is 25 trillion. Man, that's big, friend. That is big. The US stock market's about 45 trillion. So, man, if you're in an industry that's at 2 trillion and it's going to 20, it's literally a race. It's a race to get in. They want to come and join. And the best part is, friends, we're all liquidity linked to Bitcoin. All of us. So when Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum is liquidity linked to that. And then we are all liquidity linked to Ethereum. So all of our prices and our valuations raise up. There's limited spots to come into crypto because they all have to get basically a chunk of Bitcoin, a chunk of Ethereum to get in. Now, eventually that's going to split up over time. But when these big funds get in, that's where they're throwing basically their weight. Now, you have the chance to get long on an asset that will literally grow into the size of China in the next 20 years. Can you believe that? That's insane, man. We're literally, friends, crypto's 2 trillion. I remember when it was just a couple of 100 billion when I came in. And yes, now we're talking about 10 and 20 trillion as that next milestone mark. And, the obviously ultra Bitcoin maxis, they're believing in 100 trillion. But let's not worry about that part now. We're just thinking about what happens if we get to 10 trillion. So I hope we get to 10 trillion. If we got to 10 trillion, friends, that's a 5x on most things today. So that 5 might mean like a 4 in Bitcoin. We hope 250K Bitcoin. It's about a 4. Maybe it's about a 6 in Ethereum. And then there's a multiplier on all the other altcoins. Large cap coins, they're probably going to do around a 12, which I hope they do 12. Man, that'd be great. Like, for example, ChainLink, friends, if you do 13 bucks, $13 ChainLink times 12, you get $150 ChainLink. 156 bucks. So you can see that's one example of a large cap. But then you might have some deep value contrarian ones. Hopefully, PulseChain doesn't just do a 12x. Hopefully, that can do like a 24, 36, or 48x for the whole ecosystem. I'm hoping that happens. Hoping, praying, right? So I'm just showing you that as you go further down the risk curve, you get access to higher growth rates out here. But of course, you still have to be right. You can't just go around and buy an EOS without the EOS Foundation deploying their ETH. You can't go around buy an old coin, expect that big growth return. And that's why you're listening to me, your friend Somic. Now, the US Fed, friends, is owned by JP Mosquito, Goldman Slugs, and other bug eater banks. The corrupt SEC is a puppet of the US Fed. It is the fourth shadow wing arm that is being used to stifle crypto innovation because they want to get in first. So no matter what you hear, friends, knowing crypto, they're going to try ban self-custody. They're going to throw this news around, this FUD event. They're going to try to fight us. We get it. But they're doing it for a reason, man. It's because our potential is big. Huge. Baby dolls, you know the US dollar world cash, it's about 100 trillion. Even if we just got 10%, you are now 10 trillion. And you are half the size of China. See how big that is? And it's a bunch of like dirty finger drug addicts like us. Retardios. So these banks, and that's how they operate for the millennia. That's how they've always operated. They don't let the little guy get ahead. They never let you get ahead. The only way for you to get ahead is no leverage, so you can't get forced out, and you got to buy in the depressions. You got to buy dips. Or if you don't want to do any of them, hold forever. So if you want to buy highs, well, you can't do leverage, you got to hold forever. But if you like buying, if you want to like, accelerate your growth, you got to buy in the depressions and stuff. That's why all these banks, they not everyone's known this, right, for hundreds of years. That's why a lot of them get destroyed. Friends, I remember sharing in 2022, there was a leaked file. Someone found this in like a bank vault or something. I forgot where they found it. It was from the 1800s. It was a bank note sent to like a bank executive around America. This is before the US Fed. And they had planned, they said, hey, in 2 years from now, raise the rates. We're just going to crush everybody. I'm not joking. I'm paraphrasing you, but that's what they did. They literally, banks around America sent themselves mail. And they said, hey, it's the year is like, 1871. They go, hey, in 1873, start raising your rates. You're going to wipe everyone out. And they did. They did. They all raised the rates. All scum. They're full on scum. I'm not making this up, friends. And the excerpt is leaked, okay? So they raise rates. Unfortunate, poor people get destroyed. And then they have to sell back their houses to the bank at like a big discount. The banks buy it up. And so it begins the process again, okay? So they're not our friends. They'll never be our friends. But they're here for crypto. That's how you know crypto is bullish. Global liquidity index printing, China stimulus, interest rates. Crypto is here to stay. They are greedy scum, but I got bad news for them. We're all retarded, and we're still buying without you. Whee! So as you can see, friends, riding the wave into the future is how we're going to make it. But sometimes it might confuse you a bit, right? So let's read this together. Someone sent me $20. I sent him $15 back. Call it DeFi yield. So you can, you don't blame anybody for thinking we're complete retardios because, as Vitalik called it, an Ouroboros. But friends, everything is an Ouroboros. What happens when the GDP of an economy slows down, America? Where do you think they get the money from? They have to print it. It can't just go from anywhere. They literally have to print more money and they have to disperse out the currency units. But what they can't actually disperse is confidence. They can't do it that easy. So if we've had an extension part of the cycle and there's been an exogenous shock like a zombie virus, you can't get people just to start buying immediately. The fear grips them. So that's why the government has to do all the brainwashing, manipulation, stimulus, and all of these to like basically pat everybody down and go, hey, everything's going to be okay. You can keep spending again, right? But for now, in our little crypto economy, it's self-circular, isn't it? It looks self-circular. But that's because you're early, man. That's because we're early. We're still pumping. bull market's heating up. We're early. You don't want to be long when everyone in the street has 4 crypto wallets and they all know how to access DeFi, right? Look, you do want to be long at that point, but your growth rate is much lower. You know, you're not getting your 55% per year compounded in alts at that point in time. Maybe you're only getting like 17%, which is still better than stocks doing 10%, but it's, you know, you got to think about the life-changing gains that you're giving up at that point. So now you get to see it, right? Crypto, 7 trillion, 10 trillion. We're going to head to that 20 trillion. I just hope we get a very nice price expansion above that 7 trillion to reinvigorate the bulls and inspire everyone for the cycle after that. Because we all got pretty much gypped in the 2021 cycle. Was it soy bankman free, dumping all the exchange Bitcoin on us? I hope so, friends, but I guess we're going to find out. Make sure you like, subscribe. Catch you soon.